Hey guys, it's me Sujo over here. Welcome back to another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about managing your expenses wisely here in Vietnam. So if you are new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Sujoy in Vietnam. I've been living here for over 5 years now. I was an English teacher for 3.5 years, and now I run an online digital marketing business, and I also do full-time YouTube. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about managing your expenses wisely here in Vietnam. But before that, let me just have a bit of my morning coffee. It's hot. It's an espresso. Okay, so I'm going to share from my personal experience, um, and you can consider this like a handy guidebook. Consider this video like a guide. So yeah, so let's say you're coming here, on a tour. You're coming here as a tourist, like maybe you're coming here for a short stay, or you're coming to Vietnam on a 90-day visa. So you're excited and everything, and I'm going to be like talking about Ho Chi Minh City because I've been staying here for many years now. So like say you land in Ho Chi Minh City, and you're booked up in a hotel, or you're staying with an Airbnb, like you have rented a studio apartment and all those kind of things, right? So, especially if you're coming from the West, Europe, or, if you're coming from other parts of, like, if you're coming from India, especially, like, definitely a lot of things would be quite different. You may have a bit of cultural shock, the traffic, and also, the nightlife and everything. So predominantly, you would be staying somewhere around, I think, District 1. A majority of the tourists, they like to stay around District 1, which is the tourist location, and also maybe, I think, District 3, but it's going to be like District 1 if you are. So, firstly, if you are going to be staying somewhere around if you're going to be staying inside District 1, and if you have if you're reserved a hotel, or, staying in an apartment over there, yeah, so that's where, so it's basically a tourist location, and of course, you also have the famous nightlife street, which is called as the Bui Vien Street, which is the walking street, where you'll have a lot of bars and everything. So I mean, it's usually common to hear that usually when foreigners come down to Vietnam, for the first time or whatever, they land up. It's a bit confusing. Like you don't know where you want to go and eat, or like maybe you're kind of splashing out a lot of money going to the nightclubs, and like the walking street and everything. So um, that's all fine, but you can definitely shell out a lot of money. You can definitely deplete a lot of your money, your travel money, very quickly if you're going to be staying around in District 1, because that's basically the tourist location. So maybe you want to go out to some western sports bar joint to eat some steaks, burgers, or you want to go for some Japanese food, or basically you're going out to eat, in eating continental food and all those kind of things. That adds up money. Okay, so like expect to be paying around, like $6, $10. And of course, if you're going to be going to these nightclubs, like the walking street, the bars, and all those kind of things, you could be shelling around, maybe $30 to $50. And like if you're going to the massage places, down in District 1, you have many of these girls, like if you're walking around, they say a massage, where they have the prices and everything. I mean, it looks like, okay, it's kind of affordable and all that, but from my personal experience, if you go to one of those massage shops, That's where usually you get scammed up, because then later, after maybe 5-10 minutes, she will start saying, hey, do you need some happy ending? Or like she'll charge you like $50 for that. Or if you want to have a full-blown time, maybe she'll charge you $100. So be a bit mindful of that, because usually the scams take around, the majority of the scams, they take place in District 1, which is the tourist location, because they know, the local people know that there are going to be a lot of tourists out here. They're going to spend, they have a lot of money when they initially come to Vietnam. So, so be mindful, because they know that, okay, this is the way we'll be able to suck out money, like, put some upfront. And don't get fooled by, if you're going to see those shoe shine guys, they say, hey, can I clean your shoes and all that. That's also another scam where you can easily land up paying, like maybe $10 or $20. That's, so just be a bit mindful, 'cause especially if you're staying in District 1. I know initially it's going to be very exciting, but don't make it you can go definitely explore the walking street, which is the Bui Bien Street in Ho Chi Minh City, and eat. That's all fine, but don't make it a habit, because the next thing you know is you can easily land up spending like $500 to $1,000 in a week straight away, if you don't manage your expenses wisely, in Vietnam, especially if you're staying in District 1. And going out to, like, and even if you're, say, if you're going, you're a young solo traveler, you're a guy, and of course it's normal, like maybe you want to have some drinks or something. There are certain locations there where, like, if you're going to a lady bar and all that, and you go to sit and have a drink, maybe some lady, she'll come up and she'll talk to you and all that, and she'll order some drinks, and then you'll end up spending a lot of money for her, because like usually for a lady drink, you know easily, like maybe you can shell out like $30 to $50 for her drink. Say, I'm saying, you're just going to have your own beer. Maybe that's for like $2 or something, but you land up paying so much money for her drink as well. I mean, they're meant over there to generate income. So this is how these things work. So be a bit mindful, especially, I mean, I've been living here for many years now. I usually dislike staying in District 1. That's the reason why I relocated to the countryside. I've been living here for a year now. It's quite cheap out here. I rent a full home. I rent a full two-story home at a very affordable price. And it's just that if you're going to be staying in Ho Chi Minh City, just be very mindful where you're staying. If you're going to be just staying right in District 1, you can be shelling out a lot of money. Averagely, you would be shelling around, you could be spending around $30 to $40 um, easily per day. And of course, there's inflation going around and all that. So just manage your expenses wisely, like don't go overboard and don't party every night. Then definitely you would be draining your money, your travel money, very quickly. So manage your expenses wisely, be alert of scams. Try to avoid these massage shops, in District 1 and all that, because that's also another scam. So yeah, and it's just that there are other districts, like maybe you can go to District 3, District 4, District 7, where you don't have a lot of tourists, but ideally you should be living around those locations, because those are the local locations. I mean, don't make it a habit that, oh, I'm just going to have Western food every day, I'm going to eat only McDonald's every day, or Burger King every day, or go and eat steaks every day. You should also have local food, like have the local pho, or you can have some Vietnamese baguette, which is the banh mi and all that. So it wouldn't be costing you more than $2. Like you can save up a lot of money. So once you're here in Vietnam, it's all right to explore. It's all right to go all out for a week or so, or initially. But once you're like understanding, like like you have a fair idea, as to like, all right, I've tried all these things. It's time to now start living like a local type of try. It's time to start living kind of locally. That's when you should try to manage your expenses. I mean, it's fine for a few first few days. You're going out partying and exploring around Ho Chi Minh City. I'm talking about Ho Chi Minh City, especially, or even if you're in Hanoi, you can go to old quarters, hang around, whatever. But once you start seeing the red flags, where you're shelling out a lot of money, and like like maybe you got exposed to a scam or something, it's better not to repeat that twice. You can learn from your mistake one time or two times, but don't do that like repeatedly, because like I said, you can easily shell out like $50 or even $100 per day, if you're living kind of a complete western type lifestyle, in Ho Chi Minh City, like, just eating, doing fine dining, going to restaurants and all those things, going to lady bars, massage shops, and all that. Easily, you could be shelling around $50. So yeah, I mean, and especially whenever I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, if I'm going to be staying there for a day or so, I could be spending averagely around $30 per day, 30 or $40 per day. It could even go up to $50 per day. But yeah, that's how expensive it is. Like things have become expensive. It's not like those good old days back in 2015, 2016, where things were quite reasonable. Like even if you're down at Buibian Street, you want to grab a beer, don't go to those fancy places where you have a lot of loud music and all that. You can experience that for a day or for one time, two times, but normally you can just go out to a regular local beer shop over there where people are just sitting. They have a table. You can buy a beer over there for as low as 45,000 Vietnam dong. I believe that's around $2. And try to look out for buy one get one free. So try to live a local lifestyle as well. Don't just try to keep yourself like, oh, I'm coming from the West or Europe. I'm just going to experience, like the fancy lifestyle over here. That's where you're going to start spending a lot of money. So at one point, you got to start living like a local over here. Try the local dishes over here. It's affordable. Or go to a simple coffee shop where you can just buy a coffee for $1 or so. So that's where you start to live like a local. So it's all right to shell out a bit more when you come over here, because like a bit of culture shock, because you don't know what things are, or how much the prices are. It's a bit confusing. It's quite natural, especially if you're coming to Vietnam for the first time. But if you're going to be coming here and you want to stay here for 2 weeks, for over 2 weeks, or if you're coming with the 90-day visa, then you got to make sure, that you try to you try to allocate your budgets accordingly, and that the travel money which you have gets spent wisely. So don't land up spending on parties and everything, because if you party every day in Ho Chi Minh City, you could be easily losing around $800 per week. So be a bit mindful of that. So yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say. Just always good to maybe keep an Excel sheet, or if you have an app to track your expenses on your smartphone, you can do that. So my main intention of making this video is for you to spend your money wisely here in Vietnam, and don't get fooled by the scams, or don't party every night, or go to lady bars And that's where you get a lot of scams. And yeah, so just be a bit mindful. You don't have to live in District 1. You can stay close by. You can stay at District 3, District 4. You can even try District 2, which is Saudi, and that's where you also have a lot of expats and everything. But that's a bit far. But yeah, so you can try different locations. But District 1 predominantly, you will notice that you spend out a lot of money, because that's basically the tourist location, and I'm not a big fan of District 1. So yeah, I want to cut this video short right now. So I hope you found this video to be informative. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you like watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. If you want to start passive income, and you want to start a successful online business while traveling around in Southeast Asia, I'm keeping a link down in the description below for you to get access to this exclusive free webinar invite masterclass. Additionally, you can support me on PayPal if you would like to. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.